Good morning and happy Thanksgiving Day from the TCF Rotunda at Mall of America. I'm Des from the KS95 Morning Show with Crisco, Des, and Ryan, and I am thrilled to serve as this year's host for the virtual Walk to End Hunger. You know, 2020 has had more ups and downs than the roller coaster at Nickelodeon Universe. So it's only fitting that our theme for this year's Walk to End Hunger is resetting our community table. In the aftermath of the civil unrest in the Twin Cities and the COVID-19 pandemic, this year's 13th annual Walk to End Hunger is committed to two ideals. One, to end food insecurities for all Minnesotans. And two, provide a community table that reflects our remarkably diverse nature and honors the rich heritage of all Minnesotans. By doing so, we have the opportunity to reset the community table, where all mouths are fed and where all voices are heard. Since its inception in 2008, the Walk to End Hunger has raised over $3 million to support hunger relief organizations that are working to eliminate hunger in the Twin Cities metro area. And 100% of the net proceeds are distributed to our amazing partner organizations. And today, along with my incredible In the Field and On the Walk co-hosts, T. Michael Rambo and Shannon Custer, we will have the opportunity to hear from each of our partner organizations and learn how they're meeting the challenges of 2020 while continuing to make a remarkable difference in our community. You'll also meet local chef Mauricio Lagarada from Cantina Laredo right here at Mall of America. He'll be whipping up a tasty dish that will add a little spice to our Thanksgiving table. I can't wait for that. And we're going to check out incredible years in the making collection of recipes, all put together by volunteer superstar and a founder of Menu Makers, Sue Hannibeth from Neighbors Inc. And a little later, in our program, Rachel Krug of Kid Power with Rachel, she's going to give us a sneak peek at what she's got cooking at the kids' table, because of course we can't forget about them. But first, it's appropriate to welcome you to the resetting of our community table with music honoring the Minnesotan ancestors of those who actually set the original community table. No one understands being a steward of the land and tending to the harvest more than the indigenous peoples of Minnesota. We are honored that the Wapakudi Drum Group is opening the program with their Dakota Flag song. Thank you to the Wapakudi Drum Group for sharing their honored tradition of the drum circle. That was really, really cool. And before we go any further, I'm feeling the need to give. That's right, I have a gift card from Maurice's, a fashion specialty store right here at Mall of America. Now, we randomly drew a name from our registered walkers, and our winner is Melissa Rocco. Now it's your job. You have 10 minutes to email us at walktoendhungermn@gmail.com to claim your prize, okay? Melissa Rocco, you've got to email to claim your prize. But for the rest of you, stick around because I have a lot more goodies that I want to give away later in the program. But now it's time to head out the door and down the street as we catch up with T. Michael Rambo and Shannon Custer and meet a few of our Walk to End Hunger partners.
I'm here with Executive Director Colleen Moriarty with Hunger Solutions Minnesota.
The challenge has been for us to meet the goals that the governor's expectations set out, and thankfully we've been able to do that. Hunger Solutions Minnesota is unique because we're a statewide organization, number one. Number two, we do advocacy. We train for advocacy, and we try to meet the needs that the food shelves tell us that they need. More than 300 of them in the state, and we're responsive to them. We distribute grants to them. We hear where they have the greatest needs, and we're able to respond. Equity and inclusion is a decision that Hunger Solutions has made, and it started before the civil unrest. I think that heightened our commitment. The Walk to End Hunger and Hunger Solutions Minnesota are partners. The event is fueled by partnership. All of these hunger relief agencies working together towards a common goal of raising the awareness of hunger and of making a difference to the community and providing people a way to express their support.
Hi, we're at Minnesota Food Share, and we're going to have a quick chat with Executive Director Adrienne Dorn.
Our core mission is really to unite people of faith and help people in need. And so we work with about 285 food shelf partners throughout the entire state of Minnesota in order to raise awareness and food and funds to ensure that those food shelves can effectively serve their communities throughout the entire year. Because of the pandemic, we have pivoted very quickly to respond to our community's needs. That has included opening a kitchen operation where we're sourcing food, preparing food. We're delivering about 4,000 culturally and dietary appropriate meals per week to primarily Somali communities living in different areas of the Twin Cities. We are also launching a Learning Pod Tutoring Center, which has a food security component. The about 15 families that we're working with, we're serving dinner every night during the tutoring and then also sending them home with food boxes. We've also worked with some growers and farmers and food shelves and food distribution programs in rural Minnesota in order to co-design and reimagine what that food supply system looks like in order to sort of better collaborate and coordinate to ensure that as many people as possible are supported during this time.
That was Adrienne Dorn. That was amazing. And now we're going to go meet amazing people at another partner organization. And you need to come with me because I can't. Just come with me.
Hey, we're here with Mary McEwen from Keystone Community Services.
Keystone has rolled up our sleeves during this pandemic time, and we have just gotten out there and done the work with our community. We heard loud and clear from our community we needed more food resources, and also people needed to feel connected. So those are the two things that we have done consistently throughout this pandemic. Keystone is the multi-service human service provider in St. Paul and Ramsey County, and we support youth, families, and seniors, helping them live independently, reach their goals, and be stable. I think the thing that makes Keystone unique is that we are really about connection. People come to us and they trust us. Lots of people are turning to Keystone because someone in their community has told them, oh, call Keystone. And our job is to make sure we're there for every person. Well, Walk to End Hunger is a vital piece of how Keystone gets the word out about the hunger needs in our community. And also, the Walk to End Hunger tells everyone in our community about hunger relief is being done by so many other organizations like Keystone.
These boots are made for walking. That's just what they'll do. Hey, you know what? We're going to move on to our next partner who's going to be joining with the Walk to End Hunger in a minute.
I love it. It is so inspiring to get a firsthand look at exactly what our partners do every day to make a difference in the lives of our fellow Minnesotans and to end food insecurities in our community. You can help right now by making a donation to our Walk to End Hunger page. Now, I want to take a moment to recognize another group of people who make a difference, our Walk to End Hunger sponsors. Without their generosity, we couldn't do what we do, and for that, we are forever grateful. Thank you to the Mosaic Company, our premier sponsor, for their extraordinary generosity. You don't only help the world grow its food and its needs, but you help make sure that it gets onto the tables that those who need it most. So thank you. Thank you to Thomson Reuters for your unwavering year after year support of the Walk to End Hunger. We are humbled by your generous philanthropic spirit. And to Mall of America, not only are you an amazing sponsor, but for many years, our gracious hosts, we love being here. Thank you so much. And of course, we also wish to recognize all of this year's Walk to End Hunger sponsors. You showed up, you stepped in, and you gave us the pivotal assistance that we needed to bring this all together. Thank you all. I mean, honestly, this is what community and teamwork looks like. And right now, I want to toss a little praise to some teams that flat out got it done. They not only put the fun in fund, but the rah, rah, rah in raise, raise, raise. Ladies and gentlemen, your Walk to End Hunger top 10 fundraising teams in 2020. And for our top 2 fundraising teams, Eastside Meals on Wheels and Meals on Wheels South Shore. You'll each receive Moose Mountain tickets. Congratulations to our over 100 fundraising teams. Great work. You guys rock. We'll roll out our individual fundraising people coming up here a little later in the program, okay? Do you smell that? Oh, it smells so good. I think it's time to stroll on up to Cantina Laredo so we can see what Chef Mauricio Lagaretta has cooking.
So we're gonna make a dish called relleno de camarón, which is stuffed pepper with shrimp. For this dish, we're gonna use rice. Everybody makes rice. In our case, we're gonna use the cilantro rice that we make for the restaurant. We gonna be a little charcoal on top of it. And that's gonna be the bed of the pepper. So then we're gonna have a poblano pepper. Poblano pepper, it kind of looks like a green bell pepper, but it's a little more like a mix in between jalapenos and green peppers. And you wanna peel it. So either you wanna roast it, char it very well, and then peel it. Vegetables that we're gonna use today are gonna be mushrooms, corn. You can buy frozen corn, just add it to it. The mushrooms, you can use any kind of mushrooms. We use button mushrooms here. And then asparagus. The asparagus, if you don't want to, you want to substitute it for other things, Brussels sprouts or broccoli will be great ideas. So I'm going to put my shrimp. I'm going to let them cook for a second. And then I'm going to add my vegetables on top. The asparagus are already blanched, which is just put them in salt water, boil them for 3 minutes, and cool them down with ice so they keep that nice green color. I like big shrimp. U15 shrimp is typically what we use here, which is a big shrimp. If you go to the store and you say, hey, can I get you 15 shrimp? And they're going to give you big shrimp. Food brings everybody together, families together. I mean, this is a dish that you can make with anybody. And again, if you don't have shrimp or you don't want to use shrimp, but you just want to go with chicken, the only thing I would do is I probably would cook the chicken ahead of time and then add it afterwards. One little tip, I will cook the chicken and use the same pan to cook the vegetables afterwards. So you get all those flavors from that chicken, put them into the vegetables. Now, secret, heavy cream. Heavy cream makes everything better. Why? Because we're using butter and we're using cream and it's all fat. Fat is good, it's tasty. I'm gonna put a little cheese and we're gonna move it. At the very, very end, you're gonna put the spinach. And you don't wanna overcook it, you're just gonna kind of mix it in so it wilts a little. Okay. We're gonna shut it off. And this is just presentation. We're gonna put it here. I have it on a bed of cilantro rice and corn, which is the way we serve it at the restaurant. Now I'm gonna put the filling. I like to separate the shrimp to put them on top so you can see where your shrimp are. But anyway, I'm gonna try not to cover. But you're gonna put it here. You're gonna try to put everything, all the goodies there. And if it spills, it spills. I'm gonna put a little cheese. It's another of our little secrets, but anyway, you don't have to put it, but for us, it tastes very good. It's a poblano cream sauce, so just to complement everything. A little queso fresco, boom, boom, and a little cilantro. And voila, a very authentic chile relleno. It's not the typical chile relleno, let's clarify. It's a different version of a chile relleno. It's just a stuffed pepper, but it's delicious. When you cut it, you have to eat the pepper. That's one of the little secrets. That poblano pepper, again, a lot of flavor. Anyway, thank you very much. This is Mauricio Legorreta signing off from Cantina Laredo, Mall of America. Thank you.
Thank you, Chef Mauricio. Oh my gosh, that looks amazing. Trust me, I just added that to my have to holiday list. And speaking of have to, we have to catch up with T. Michael and Shannon to see which one of our partners they want us to meet next.
Oh, hey, I'm here at Second Harvest Heartland with Chief Development Officer Megan Muskie. She's gonna be great.
The mission of Second Harvest Heartland is a hunger fighting organization. The pandemic has greatly affected the work of Second Harvest Heartland, and that's because we in Minnesota and in the country are experiencing a hunger surge like never before. Today, 1 in 8 of us do not know where our next meal will come from, and that includes 1 in 5 kids here in Minnesota and western Wisconsin. We are working around the clock to provide emergency grocery pop-ups, to be able to provide food in boxes in a safe manner, right from the truck into your trunk, we like to say. And we are also innovating new ways to provide prepared meals to those who are maybe displaced or homeless because of the pandemic. Because of the current hunger surge, the next 6 months to a year will be a critical time for Second Harvest Heartland to increase our food distribution. We are seeing demand 30 to 60% higher than the same week last year at this time for our food distribution needs.
We're here at Loaves and Fishes, and we're going to talk with Executive Director, or as she likes to be referred to, Chief Problem Solver, Kathy Mays.
Loaves and Fishes has been around since the early 80s, and our mission is to serve anyone in need a fresh, healthy, nutritious meal. Well, the pandemic has changed our work drastically. In a typical day, we would serve 3,500 meals, and today will most likely be around 10,000 to 11,000. Walk to End Hunger is really important to us because it introduces our mission to people that otherwise might never have heard of us. The next 6 months, there's a big question mark over my head, and all of our heads. We don't know. We're just going to keep making good decisions every day, and if there's opportunity that presents itself in a new part of our city or cities, we're going to find hunger where it's at, and we're going to do it with comfort and kindness.
We hope you learned a lot at Loaves and Fishes. We're off to our next partner organization to learn some more.
Let's all walk in hunger. Hey, everybody. We're here at Neighbors, Inc. with the president and CEO, Charlie Thompson.
At Neighbors, Inc., our mission is providing opportunities for our neighbors to thrive by connecting volunteers to people in need. Some of those opportunities include our food programs, food shelf, food delivery services, and so on that serve hundreds of families every single month. We've had to make a number of changes because of the pandemic. Principally, social distancing. It used to be that people could come in and shop for their own groceries, and now we have people shopping for them and bringing them out to their vehicle. While it can be very convenient, we know that client choice is the best choice, and we look forward to returning to that. Volunteers are at the heart of Neighbors' mission. They've been a part of our organization since the very beginning, when 6 churches got together with their volunteer representatives to form Neighbors, Inc. and they have been magnifying our mission ever since. We are able to do so much more because of the volunteers that spend literally thousands of hours each and every year supporting our mission. And when we think about inclusion within our organization, we're always looking for the yes. How can we say yes to what your needs are, whether you're a client receiving services or a volunteer who wants to give of their time? The next 6 months for Neighbors Inc. look a lot like the past 6 months. There's a lot of uncertainty out there. But the one thing I know for sure is because of the past 6 months, we're better prepared to respond, we're a more resilient organization, and we will get to the yes with anybody that needs help.
Oh, it's been so much fun hanging out around here, but it's time to go visit one of our other partners with Walk to End Hunger. So, won't you be my neighbor? Bink!
Again, thank you to our partners for helping reset our community table and making sure that the centerpiece is a healthy meal for every family that needs one, and not just this holiday season, but every day. You can make a difference right now by donating to walktoendhunger.org. Okay, the Menu Maker's motto is quite simple: eat well, do good things. Let's pull up a chair and check out what's on the menu with the woman behind the Menu Maker's Food Shelf Recipe Sharing Program, Sue Hannabeth.
When we think about resetting the community table, we often think about bringing different cultures and traditions to that table, and recipe sharing and cooking is at the heart of a lot of those traditions. The volunteer who founded Menu Makers, Sue, didn't know how to cook when she first started this program, but saw that there was a need to start conversations about cooking and encourage people to open up about what products they were searching for in the food shelf. We like to say at Neighbors that if you're hesitant to try these, if Sue can do it, you can do it.
Hi, I'm Sue from the Menu Makers program, and I, together with lots of volunteers, prepare the recipes every month. The goal of the Menu Makers program is to provide recipes that are simple, affordable, and healthy. This recipe is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Cooked frozen meatballs, a can of jellied cranberries, and a jar of chili sauce. Put your meatballs in a crock pot, and then heat and mix together the cranberry and the chili sauce. Pour that mixture over your meatballs and let it cook for about 4 hours. I promise you it will be the hit of any appetizer tray. And one more thing, don't ever, ever, ever share this recipe with anyone, not even your mom. Let it be your own special secret signature recipe. In addition to 2 very popular food shelf items, apples and oranges, you are also going to need a bag of fresh cranberries, some chopped walnuts, some sugar, and some corn syrup. Chop up the fresh ingredients and then add them to a sugar and corn syrup mixture. Put them in a bowl, cover the bowl, and then let it sit in the refrigerator for about 4 hours. This is a complement to any entree, but especially to your holiday turkey. You could also use this over a scoop of vanilla ice cream. The Menu Makers Blue Ribbon Award goes to this recipe for being simple, affordable, and healthy. Thanks to our generous merchants, local farmers, and community gardeners, Neighbors is able to provide our shoppers with an abundance of fresh produce, including yams and garlic. In addition to the yams and garlic, you will also need olive oil and fresh sage leaves. Slice the yams, cut them into pieces, and then brush them with a pureed mixture of olive oil and garlic. While they are baking, quickly fry the sage leaves in olive oil and then set them on a paper towel to dry. They make a perfect complement to the yams, and they're crispy like a potato chip. Every celebration needs a great dessert. You might need to loosen a few notches on your belt buckle for this one. It is a version of a dump cake recipe. For the first layer, you're going to use canned pumpkin, evaporated milk, some eggs, and some spices. Your second layer, you're going to sprinkle a dried yellow cake mix completely over the pumpkin mixture. Third, you're going to sprinkle chopped pecans on top. Now get ready for this one. You're going to use 1 1/2 sticks of butter. Slice it into even slices, and then place those pieces on top of the mixture, kind of like you're tiling your bathroom floor. Bake and serve warm with whipped cream. We hope you will try 1 or 2 of these recipes as you find new ways this year to gather together, to share and to celebrate. There may be fewer hugs and kisses right now, but that doesn't mean you can't still gobble, laugh, and relax, because some things never change.
Well, there you have it. Simple, affordable, and healthy recipes made from products found in the food shelf. Thank you, Sue, for your generous spirit and your fabulous photography. Now, if you want any of the recipes that Sue highlighted today, you can find them on our website, walktoendhunger.org. Okay. For this year's walk, we had 2 contests that anybody who registered could be a part of. I like to think of them as our show and tell contests. First, it's the Show Us Your Gobble contest, which is already making me laugh just thinking about it. And then Tell Us Why You Walk, #WhyIWalk contest. We will announce the winners of our Gobble contest during the Kids Table segment of our program. One of my favorite Why I Walk submissions came from Autumn. She wrote, "We #Walk to End Hunger to show gratitude for what we have and to teach our 2 children that there are those less fortunate. Hunger is curable. We have to come together to fight it." Thank you, Autumn. That was awesome. And thank you to everyone who told us why they support the Walk to End Hunger. And here, selected by our judges, are the winners of our #WhyIWalk contest. Each of our winners will receive a $50 Kowalski's gift card and a Peace Coffee certificate. Okay, you know how this works, right? You have 10 minutes to email us walktoendhungermn@gmail.com to claim your prize. And congratulations to all of our winners, and thank you to everyone who submitted an entry. Now, speaking of the kids' table and our Gobble contest, joining me right now is Rachel Krug with Kid Power with Rachel, Minnesota's favorite interactive music and educational animal show with an emphasis on kindness. Rachel is the host of the Kids Table, which will be featured a little bit later on the program. But right now, I'd like to welcome Rachel.
Thanks a lot, Des. It's great to be here. I'm so looking forward to hosting the Kids Table segment coming up in just a little bit. We have a fun craft project from Art Start, and I brought a few of my animal ambassadors with me. And then we've got some great music to get the kids dancing and singing. I'd like to sing a song right now called Help Somebody. It's written by Susan Werner, and it's a song that gets right to the heart of the Walk to End Hunger. One of my favorite lines is, "I got supper on the table. What do? I go out and help somebody get supper on the table too." I'd like to dedicate this to all of you who have donated money and volunteered your time to reach out in kindness and help somebody. I got plenty and then some. What do? Plenty and then some. What do? I got plenty and then some. What do I do now? I go out and help somebody, get plenty and then some too. I got a roof over my head. What do? Got a roof over my head. What do? I got a roof over my head. Do I do now? get a roof over their heads too. That's what I do. I got supper on table. What do I do? I got supper on table. What do I do? I got supper on table. What do I do now? Go out and help somebody. Get supper on table too. That's what I do. 'Cause I got it to give. I got it to give. And when you got enough to give away, well, it's the only way to live. I'm going to heaven. What do I do? I'm going to heaven. What do I do? I'm going to heaven. What do I do now? Go out and help somebody. I go out and help somebody. Yeah, I go out and help somebody. Get to heaven too. Yeah, go out and help somebody. Thank you. Back to you, Des.
Wow, Rachel, that was amazing. I'm going to have that song stuck in my head all day now, which is not a bad thing. You know, it really is just that simple. We all need to find a way, whatever that might be, to do our share, to help somebody. And if you're looking for a way beyond just today to help somebody, please go to our webpage where you will find about what our partner organizations do. Many of them are in desperate need of volunteers. Money isn't the only way to help our communities. Giving your time and the desire to make a difference sometimes makes the biggest difference. Now, I've got more prizes to give away. Woo, I love doing that. So let's just do it. The names of everybody who registered online for the Walk to End Hunger went into a random drawing. And just before coming on the air, we drew the names of our prize winners. So if you see your name on the screen right now, you have 10 minutes to email us walktoendhunger.mn@gmail.com and let us know that you saw your name, and boom, you're a winner of a $50 Kowalski's gift card and a Peace Coffee certificate. The clock starts right now. Now, I love giving stuff away. It makes me smile. But you know what else makes me smile? T. Michael Rambo and Shannon Custer. They are in the field and a walk the walk dynamic duo. And they are checking in right now with another one of our amazing sponsors. Let's see who they've tracked down and chatted it up with.
We're at Meals on Wheels, and we're going to talk to Executive Director Patrick Rowan.
Meals on Wheels wouldn't survive without volunteers. We have over 14,000 people in the Twin Cities that volunteer for Meals on Wheels every year. When you look at the partners that are involved in the Walk to End Hunger, you look at the broad spectrum of hunger relief organizations. The thing that's unique about Meals on Wheels is we have that daily contact with people. These days it's a little more distance. That contact is at the front door and off the step a little bit. But it's really checking in, bringing a holistic approach to aging with grace. So we have the nutritional aspect of it, but we also have the social connection and community aspect of it. Food is 80% of the cost of what we do at Meals on Wheels. So donations are needed all the time, and we're really anticipating higher food prices in the coming year based on all the challenges that our country's faced due to the pandemic. Well, to me, the reason the Walk to End Hunger is so vital is it's bringing together a bunch of different organizations that all have one goal about helping relieve hunger, but it's an opportunity to educate the community as well. So bringing all of those stakeholders together and talking about issues that we care about, making a difference in the community, that's why it's so vital to these organizations and to helping feed people in need.
We learned so much about Meals on Wheels. Let's roll out. Next one. Next one. This way. Roll out. Rolling out.
Hi, my name is Michelle Ness, and I'm the Executive Director of PRISM in Golden Valley. We are glad to be a part of Walk to End Hunger this year and happy to share a little bit about our organization. Our mission is to provide social services and connections that empower people in our community to build healthy, stable lives. PRISM provides food, clothing, and housing along with children's programs to people living in the Northwest area suburbs. COVID-19 has continued to shine lights on the inequities that exist in our community. We have long known that these are the disparities that make our services necessary. We have started a delivery program, so those who are unable to leave their home to access the food shelf, we can bring the food to their home. What makes us unique is our commitment to really individualized services. As families come through to access the food shelf, they have an opportunity to meet with a trained case manager. This allows us to understand their individual needs so that we can tailor the services and the programs and the products that they are receiving. In this way, equity is truly achieved by understanding what each household is facing. Walk to End Hunger is really critically important at this point in time. We are not to become complacent with the new norms that COVID has created, but rather during this time of thanks, may our gratitude and fortune also be of service to those in need. It's important that we don't forget the thousands of kids and seniors and families that struggle every single day to have enough food on their plate.
So wonderful to hear about all the work that PRISM is doing. Just amazing. Hi, we're at the food group and we're going to talk to Executive Director Sophia Linares-Coy. So come on, let's go.
We started as a hunger relief organization providing food to food shelves and meal programs. But what we saw is that the need was just going up and up and up, and we needed to do more. And so we got into affordable grocery, knowing that people need to purchase good, healthy food where they live. Well, this year, with the onset of COVID, food needs have been higher than they've ever been. And so we have been so busy trying to get as much healthy, culturally appropriate food out to our partners as possible. The food group has lots of ways that community can engage with us. So you can come volunteer at our warehouse. We have lots of COVID-safe protocols in place. You can host a virtual food drive as a way to get your friends or family connected to the work. Or you can, continue to advocate and spread the word in your community about the fact that there are hungry people and that together we can make a difference. The Walk to End Hunger is a beautiful example of Minnesotans coming together to give back before they give thanks. And we can't do this work alone. We can't feed the people who need it without everyone truly coming together and giving what they can. And Thanksgiving is a beautiful example of that.
Isn't it incredible learning about these organizations and the amazing people behind them? It's been wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us virtually. Take care.
Thanks to T. Michael and Shannon for getting your walk on and for introducing us to all 9 of our partner organizations. And to our partners, thank you. Thank you so much for being there for our community and for the incredible work you do to bring food to our community table and smiles to the faces of those at the table. You really are the best. And when you're looking for the best, you don't have to look far to see who we're talking about when it comes to making the effort and making the calls, our top 10 Walk to End Hunger individual fundraisers. Now, let's see who they are so we can give them a little love. Our top 2 individual fundraisers are Tom Lindquist and Ben Herschel. They will receive $200 Kowalski gift cards. That's so cool. Congratulations to all of our individual fundraisers. And for our final giveaway today, we've randomly selected 150 names from all of our people who registered online. And each of you, you're going to get passes to Crayola Experience. And Color Us Crazy, there is no need to even email for this giveaway. Just enjoy. It's a little thank you. And to all of you watching at home, thanks for setting aside a little time on your Thanksgiving Day to spend it with us. Now, we've made some promising steps to resetting our community table, but we have a ways to go before we're finished. And it's time to walk on over to the kids' table and meet up with Rachel Krug and her guests. But before we do that, I feel like there was a lot of gobbling that's happened, and I couldn't get in on the contest. So if you want to hear the worst gobble ever, gobble, 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 gobble. Happy Thanksgiving. Oh, boy, Rachel. Yeah, that's embarrassing. I get it. I get it.
Way to wobble while you gobble. I love it. Stay calm and gobble on, Des. Thank you so much, and welcome, everyone. We've set a place for you at the kids' table. I'd like to introduce two of my favorite kids, the brothers, Enzo and Luca.
Hey, everybody. I'm Enzo.
Hello. I'm Luca.
It's great to have you guys with me today.
Great to be here.
It's always so much more fun when I've got you on the stage. And I have been performing my kindness assemblies for about 30 years, and I think you've been performing with me since you were really young. Yeah. Well, thanks for being here today.
Yeah,
and I think we should teach the kids at home our Kid Power chant, right?
Yeah.
All right, everybody give me a peace sign. And now give me an I love you sign. Because where there's peace, there's love. And where there's love, there's peace in our hearts, in our families, in our neighborhood, and in our world. And now make the letter K with your body for Kid Power. And everybody yell, Kid Power!
Kid Power!
And Kid Power is the power to be kind.
To be kind.
To ourselves.
To ourselves.
To others.
To others.
And to the whole planet.
To the whole planet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's get our twist on, everybody. Follow along at home. Well, I know a new dance, and it goes like this. Baba Shiba, Baba Baba Shiba. Name of the dance is the Kid Power Twins. Baba Shiba, Baba Baba Shiba. You like it like this, the Kid Power Twins. Baba Shiba, Baba Baba Shiba. Turn around, and go up, and go down. Turn around, and go up, and go down. Turn around and round and up and down and march 2, 3, kick, march 2, 3, jump. Everybody go down. How low can you go? Twist your way up. Put your hands over your head, give it a peace sign and I love you sign. Say, Kid Power!
Kid Power!
Hey, hey,
Hey, hey,
hey, hey,
hey,
hey,
hey,
hey. The Kid Power Twins, Baba Shiba, Baba Baba Shiba. Turn around, and go up, and go down. Turn around, and go up, and go down. Turn around and round and up and down and march 2, 3, kick, march 2, 3, jump. All right, you guys go down low. Go ahead, I'm watching. Yeah, it's aerobic. Up you go. Give me a peace sign, I love you. Ah, Kid Power!
Kid Power!
Hey, hey,
Hey, hey,
hey, hey,
hey,
hey. The Kid Power Twins, Baba Shiba, Baba Baba Shiba, Baba Shiba. Little jazz hands, never hurt.
Never.
Hey, now for all those big kids out there, here's a song that I wrote called Big Kid Now. Here's your part. It's super simple. Just say, Big Kid Now.
Big Kid Now.
That's all you got to do. If you want to follow along with our actions, please join us. Here we go. Oh, I'm a big kid now, 1 year older, I'm a big kid now. Little bit bolder, I'm a big kid now. I can do it by myself. I'm a big kid now, mama don't stop me, I'm a big kid now. Daddy just watch me, I'm a big kid now. I can do it by myself. I'm learning how to share my toys with all the girls and boys. Now my tickle me Elmo, it's tickling you and you and you and you and you and you. It's been a year since I've had a timeout. I no longer scream and shout. I had my last temper tantrum when I was 2.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, except last week I was on 35W. My car broke down. I had a little bit of a meltdown. I had to pull myself together. 1, 2, 3. But I'm a big kid now. 1 year older, I'm a big kid now. A little bit bolder, I'm a big kid now. I can do it by myself. I'm a big kid now. Mama, don't stop me. I'm a big kid now. Daddy, just watch me. I'm a big kid now. I can do it by myself. Take a verse, guys.
Say goodbye to my tricycle, training wheels on my bicycle. I'm flying solo and it sure feels good. Yeah. I've got a reputation of sheer determination in my neighborhood, and it's all good.
1, 2, 3. 'Cause I'm a big kid now. 1 year older, I'm a big kid now. Little bit bolder, I'm a big kid now. I can do it by myself. I'm a big kid now. Mama, don't stop me. I'm a big kid now. Daddy, just watch me. I'm a big kid now. I can do it by myself. Thank you very much. I'll do it all by myself. I know we can hit the lights, and I know that recycling is right. Earth Day is every day, and that's a fact. Now, I don't mean to cause a scene, but turning green, we all know that green is the new black. Right? 1, 2, 3. 'Cause I'm a big kid now. 1 year older, I'm a big kid now. A little bit bolder, I'm a big kid now. I can do it by myself. I'm a big kid now. Mama, don't stop me. I'm a big kid now. Daddy, just watch me. I'm a big kid now. I can do it by myself. All by myself. Yeah. Big kid now. Good job, guys. Oh, all right, you big kids. Next up, we have a fun craft to share with you, brought to you by Art Start. They have a focus on hands-on art experiences. Art Start sees young people grow into brilliant, critical thinkers, like you two, who are ready to look at the world in new ways and create positive change. They believe in the healing power of the arts, especially during challenging times. The supplies and the directions are all posted on the Walk to End Hunger website. Brooke is an artist with Art Start, and she's going to demonstrate how to make a really cool vest from items that you have at home. Take it away, Brooke.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me for the craft. My name is Brooke and I work for an organization called Art Start, and we use recyclable materials so that we can make awesome crafts that are also friendly for the earth. So today we'll be making a paper bag vest using a paper grocery bag. Other than our grocery bag, we'll need a pair of scissors for sure, and some glue or tape, always help as well. And then anything you can find around your house that will help decorate this and make it your own. So this can be anything like crayons, markers, and colored pencils, and old Christmas wrapping. Other things that you might not necessarily think are art supplies, like a toilet paper tube or an old CD. Anything you can find around your house that will make this look super awesome. So let's get started. I want to start with my bag face up like this, with the bottom of the bag facing outward. So I'm going to lay it down like this. I'm going to stick my arms inside the bag. I'm going to pop my bag open. So now you can see my sides are like that, and I'll fold it back down so that my paper bag is flat like this and my flap is facing this way. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my armholes out. Sometimes it helps me if I draw where I'm going to cut before I cut it. So I'm just going to cut this whole side of the bag out, and that will be where my arm goes. There we go, there's my first armhole. And then I'll do the same thing to the other side. And this time I think I'll just try it out. Perfect, look at that. I didn't even use my marker. So once that is done, what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut our head hole out. So you can see I have both my armholes cut and my thing looks like this. So right here, I'm gonna cut a half circle. So let me draw it out just so I can make sure I do it right. Just like this. And then I cut, cut, cut. Look at that, it's starting to look like a vest, isn't it? So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out my opening. So just like my shirt opens like this, we're gonna cut right down the middle. And notice I flipped it over onto the other side for this. So I can either make this straight down or I can make it zigzag and fun. You can also use fancy scissors like with patterns and things like that if you have those on hand. Here I'm just gonna zigzag and make my own pattern. There we go. And look at that, it's really starting to look like a vest. So at this point you can try it on if you'd like, but I can tell you you're probably gonna need to make this head hole a little bit bigger. So what I like to do is just cut a simple triangle out the top, and that gives me a little bit more room so the back of the bag isn't bothering my neck. So there's my triangle. You can see it's on this part of the bag. And I'll just add that little adjustment. A little triangle, and look at that, I have a little bit more room. So once we have our vest made, we have our holes cut out and our head spot made, and then our opening, what we can do is we can decorate it however we like. So I think the first thing I want to put on is this really fancy Christmas bow. This is made out of old wrapping paper. So I'm going to make a tape circle, and what I do is I take the two sticky sides and I make a loop. I stick the tape to itself, and you can see that now it's a circle of tape and it's sticky on both sides. I'm going to stick that to the back and put it right on my paper bag. That's a really easy way to attach that. This right here is a scrap from my armholes, and maybe I'll make this into a little pocket. So I'm going to make my pocket round on the bottom and flat on the top. And to put this on, I'm going to glue just along the outside so that I can actually put things inside too. So maybe I put my markers in there and I get creative later, add more decorations. So for this, maybe I'll take my glue stick, glue along the outside, and then I can take my markers and decorate it when I'm done. Awesome. Just like that. Here's my pocket right here. This CD kind of looks like a special rainbow protector, so maybe I'll put that on my back just in case I need to cast some rainbows on somebody. So for this, I think tape will probably be best unless I had some really heavy-duty glue. Again, I'm just going to make one of these little tape circles. I'll put one on both sides, and we'll put that on the back. There we go. Just like that. How awesome is that? So another thing that I really like to do is add some buttons. So to make buttons, all I have to do is make circles with some little lines. They look like this. And then it looks like I have some buttons. What else could I do? Here's some tinsel. I really like this sparkly stuff. For this, I'm going to use a hole punch. I'll fold my bag in half. I'll punch it at the top, and that created two holes since I folded it like that. And then I can use a twisty tie from some bread, and I can feed it through both holes and attach this little sparkly piece of tinsel. Just like that. This toilet paper tube's kind of silly. Let's see what we can do with that. This brooch right here I made by cutting slits in my toilet paper tube like this and then folding them down. Just like that. So maybe I'll tape this on the top like a little brooch. That's looking pretty awesome. So beyond that, I think what I'll do is I'll decorate some patterns. Maybe I'll write my name on the back, and I will make sure that my pocket and my buttons are looking really awesome. So make sure you look around your house for anything fun that you can use to decorate your paper bag. And beyond that, just wear them around the house and look really, really cool.
Hey, Enzo, Luca, great job on the vest, guys.
Thank you, Rachel.
Looks like something right out of Vogue magazine. I think you should walk the runway and strike a pose. Squeaky, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm striking a pose.
Yeah, Squeaky?
Yeah,
The music stopped.
I knew that.
Okay. Squeaky, we're on live stream right now.
What?
Yeah, we're there's the camera right now.
Oh, no. Does the color fuchsia make my beak look big?
No, your beak's just fine, Squeaky. Thanksgiving is a time to give thanks.
Yeah, but I'm really nervous.
Okay, Squeaky, you just calm down. Okay, when I get scared, I take a deep breath. Good, okay. And let it out. Did you just burp?
I had a burrito for breakfast.
Yeah, hold the onions next time, will you? Jeez. Are you feeling better now?
Yeah, I'm feeling better.
Okay, so Thanksgiving is a time to give thanks, to be filled with gratitude for all that we have. And I think now, more than ever, we really need to come together and put our differences aside and have true reconciliation.
Yeah, what?
True reconciliation.
Yeah, reckon what?
Reconciliation.
Well, I reckon it is a silly nation, but what are you talking about?
I'm talking about having a change of heart.
Oh, yeah, I'm down with that.
Hey, do you think you might have any peeps watching?
Oh, yeah. Hey, I just want to give a shout out. Hey, Danny the Tiger, Maggie the Marsupial, Oscar the Ocelot, and Henry the Hamster, and maybe Luca and Joey, the baby kangaroos. Maybe they're watching.
There's a kangaroo named after me?
Yeah, especially.
It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Well, I have a lot of different friends, and it doesn't matter to me if you're a reptile or a mammal or an amphibian. I love you just the same. The amphibians can be a little cold and slimy.
Yeah, I know what you mean. They're different.
Yeah.
Kind of like people.
Cold and slimy?
No, I didn't mean that. I mean, people are different, and we just have to put our differences aside and realize that we all really have a lot in common.
Yeah, we have 3 things in common. We all need clean water to drink and a safe place to sleep and raise our family and good food to eat.
And that's exactly why we're here today.
Yeah. Hey, let's do that song you wrote.
Which one is that?
The rotten one.
Are you calling my song rotten?
Yeah, well, it's called The Rotten Rap.
Oh, yeah, my song about composting. Okay, this is an echo response tune. You guys ready for this?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Let's go.
Squeaky, you lead it.
Yeah. 'Cause I am adorable. What you gonna do with that banana?
banana peel.
What you gonna do with that banana peel?
Check out this song, I'll tell you the deal.
Check out this song, I'll tell you the deal.
Toss it in with your apple core.
Toss it in with your apple core.
Coffee grounds, eggshells, and more.
Coffee grounds, eggshells, and more.
In a quiet little place called the compost bin.
In a quiet little place called the compost bin.
Toss your scraps from your din-din.
Toss your scraps from your din-din.
Organic stuff you used to throw away.
Organic stuff you used to throw away.
Earthworms gobble up night and day.
Earthworms gobble up night and day.
It goes in one end and out the other.
It goes in one end and out the other.
If you don't know what I mean, you better ask your mother.
Okay.
It's a rotten rat.
It's the rotten rat.
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 Worm. I think that really worked out.
Yeah, you did a good job.
I think I really did a good job. Hey, really good job, you guys.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, we're going to go right from the rotten wrap to something that's really quite delicious. We have Ariana Fagan. She is an award-winning junior chef, and she's going to show us how to make a delicious appetizer.
Watch and drool.
Hey everyone, my name is Ariana Fagan, and I'm a 16-year-old food content creator, private chef, and former contestant on season 6 of MasterChef Junior with Gordon Ramsay. Today I am so excited to show you one of my favorite Thanksgiving appetizers or sides. It's so colorful, gorgeous on the table, and comes together in a flash. I'm going to show you how to make a vol au vent, which is this super rustic and gorgeous French pastry that sounds way fancier than it actually is. All you're going to need is a few ingredients, and we can get on our way. So without further ado, let's get started. We're going to be filling up our pastries with a delicious homemade cranberry sauce as well as some brie cheese. You can also use cream cheese as a substitute, which is a little easier to get your hands on. And it's such a delicious combination because you have the tartness and sweetness from the cranberry sauce paired with the creaminess of the brie cheese. Oh, it is such an amazing combination. So the first step we're going to do is we're going to make our cranberry sauce. I've got here about 2 cups of fresh cranberries, and I'm going to add them into our pan, which I've got heating up to medium heat. And to our cranberries, we're going to add in 1/2 cup of brown sugar. You can also use regular sugar, but I love the brown sugar because the molasses gives it this amazing caramely flavor. And we're just going to stir that in. And the cool thing about cooking the cranberries with the sugar like this is the sugar is going to get super hot, and it's going to blister the cranberries on the outside, and it's going to start to cook it down into the sauce. While our cranberries are going to town over here, I'm going to work on cutting out the pastry. You're going to need 2 cutters. You can also use cups or mugs as substitutes if you don't have these types of cutters at your house. And what we're going to do, you just need 2 different sizes. And we're going to first cut out our big ones out of this sheet of puff pastry. Once you start to hear a little bit of a popping noise coming from your cranberries, you know you're on the right track. I can hear my cranberries popping out now. And they're just going to start to get softer as the sugar starts to blister the outside. So just give it a stir and start to mush them down, which is going to help break down the cranberries. Now I'm just grating in the zest of an orange. And once we've got all of our zest in there, we're going to also add in the juice of 1/2 an orange. The juice from the orange is just going to help thin it out a little bit, help us get the perfect consistency, and it packs it with even more flavor. And now we're just going to give it a little stir and squish down the cranberries that haven't fully popped yet with the back of the spoon so that our sauce is nice and homogeneous. And there we have it, a gorgeous cranberry sauce that is perfect as a standalone on your Thanksgiving table, but we're going to take it up a notch and add it to our pastries. To finish up our puff pastry, what we're going to do is take the smaller cutter and in 1/2 of our pastries, cut a hole out of the middle of about, I've got here 16, so I'm going to cut a hole out of 8 of them. And these are going to be the top ring for our pastries. You'll see how it comes together when we start to assemble them. And then you're just going to want to pull these inner parts out and take off that excess pastry. Now has come the time to assemble our pastries. I've got here a baking sheet, and what we're going to do is take the full rounds and arrange them onto our sheet like so. Now before we start to fill up our pastries, we're just going to want to crack in 1 egg and make a little egg wash to go along with them, which is going to help get them nice and golden on the top and help stick the 2 pieces of pastry together. So you're just going to want to take a pastry brush and mix up your egg until it's nice and combined, and then we're going to use this as the cement or glue in between our pastry layers. So to assemble our vol au vent, I've got here our cubes of brie cheese, and we're going to add a cube into the center of each one of our pastry rounds. And on top of each cube of brie cheese, we're going to add a little dollop of our cranberry. At this point, your pastry should look something like this, and we're ready to add on our top layer. So we're going to take a little bit of egg wash and just brush it around the outside of each one of our pastries, which is going to be the glue that's going to hold all of them together. And now we're going to take the little rings that we cut out of our puff pastry and top off each one of our rounds. There we go, and the idea here is that as these guys puff up in the oven, the sides are gonna rise and sort of encapsulate that filling on the inside. The last thing we're gonna do is just take a little extra of our egg wash and brush it around that top layer of pastry, which is gonna get them super golden and gorgeous in the oven. And there we have it, into the oven we go. Check these out. I just pulled them out of the oven. They bake at 400 degrees for about 20 minutes, and you should end up with a golden and gorgeous pastry. The cheese should be melted on the inside, and they should be so delicious. I'm gonna let this cool off for a second, and then we're gonna give it a taste. Cheers! Oh my goodness, this recipe is the perfect last-minute addition to your Thanksgiving table. For more recipes like this one, you can check me out on my social media handle at Ariana Fagan and join the family of 1.3 million and counting on TikTok. And with that, I hope you have an amazing and safe Thanksgiving, and I hope to see you soon. Bye!
So, Ariana, you had me at the words gorgeous French pastry. And then you add the cranberries with the brown sugar and the creamy brie. And I'm like, okay, forget about the appetizers. Just put 5 on the plate, and I'm calling it a meal. Somebody rescue me from the French pastry. Speaking of rescues, I rescue animals. And this is the very first animal that I rescued. And he's become part of the show. His name is Winston, or Papa Chin. And he's 15 years old. That's really old for a chinchilla. And he has so much to teach us about life, don't you? We have a lot in common with chinchillas, you know. Speaking of food, do you like to eat fresh fruits and vegetables? Raise your hand. Yeah? That's good, because so does the chinchilla. How many of you like to eat seeds or nuts, like pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds? So does the chinchilla. How many of you like to run fast? Same. How about, do you like to climb on rocks? So does the chinchilla. How many of you like to take a bath? So does the chinchilla. How many of you like to take a bath in a bathtub full of dust? So does, there's actually a couple of you out there. Okay, that's kind of weird. The chinchilla rolls around in volcanic ash, and it helps to dry up the oils that get on their fur. They're from the Andes Mountains of Peru. How many of you are soft and cuddly and lovable and adorable? That's right. I hope all of you kids are raising your hands, and most of you adults too. Well, Winston, you're soft and cuddly and lovable. Yeah. Well, you know, we can't all be that way. Some of us are a little rough around the edges. It has to do with animals and people. But really, if you get past the exterior, you'll realize we have a lot in common. And we're all very much the same on the inside. Here to show you the other side of the spectrum, the rough and the scaly and spiky, the brothers have the sisters, Laverne and Shirley, the Bearded Dragons. Hey, guys.
Hello.
Hey. Thanks a lot for taking care of my sisters for me.
Oh, it's nothing. They're a blast.
Well, you're giving them lots of good TLC. I know that. And why don't you tell us why they're called Bearded Dragons?
Oh, sure. So bearded dragons get their name because of this little flap right underneath their chins called a dewlap flap. You guys want to say that with me? Dewlap flap. It's really fun to say. And that dewlap flap, oh, she's getting wriggly. And the dewlap flap is this little flap, oh, there we go, right underneath the chin. Let's see if you can see it. And they puff it up when they're scared or stressed. And so they puff up their chins and their dewlap flap right there. And they puff up their sides and they get really big and spiky and they have this huge beard. And that's why they're called bearded dragons.
Excellent. Well, what do the bearded dragons, what do you guys feed them?
Well, bearded dragons love to eat fruits and vegetables, so all of you at home who like fruits and vegetables.
Good.
So do they. They like to eat crickets and mealworms. And if anyone at home like crickets and mealworms,
oh yeah.
Pro tip, add a little bit of garlic and salt. Delicious.
Bam. Thanks, guys. Well, we're going to go just a little bit further on the scary factor here. I used to work at the Minnesota Zoo, and that's where I learned to get over my fear of spiders. So who knew that I would eventually actually own my own rescue spider? This is a Chilean rose tarantula. See the rose color on the carapace there? And right back here are the spinnerets. Oh, his name's Little Richard. Little Richard is actually spinning a web right now. I'm pulling it out from the spinnerets. How cool is that? They can spin 7 different types of silk, different strengths, different stickinesses. Is that a word? I just made it up. Yeah, so cool. They're very fragile and interesting. A poisonous animal, so fragile. Sometimes I think, sometimes the people that might seem the most poisonous are the most fragile. And I bet if you get to know that person, or as I did, get to know that animal, the fear will disappear. And you might even get to a place of appreciation and love and affection for something that you once were very afraid of. Thanks, Little Richard. You did a great job. Well, like I said, I used to work at the Minnesota Zoo, traveling around the Zoomobile. And every once in a while, a bunch of wild turkeys would show up on the plaza. They just didn't even pay admission. They just flew right in like they owned the place. What a bunch of turkeys. Anyway, here's my impression of one of those turkeys. And now it's time to announce the winners of the Gobble contest. I didn't win, clearly, yeah. We had some great entries. The winners of the Gobble contest are, a little drum roll. The adult winners are Brett Smith and Ron Moody. Congratulations, guys. And our kid winners are Abby, Claire, Felix, Layla, Crosby, and Tate. Let's see how they get their gobble on.
Gobble, gobble, gobble. Gobble, gobble, gobble. Gobble, gobble, gobble.
Gobble. Gobble, gobble. Gobble, 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 gobble. Gobble, 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 gobble. And Poppy and... I know Layla. And this is how I do.
I like those gobbles.
Congratulations to all of our gobblers. It is so great to hear all the different voices represented. And now we're going to wrap up this show with a song that I wrote especially for this event a few years ago. It's called The Walk to End Hunger Blues. We're giving back. We're giving back. Before giving thanks.
Before giving thanks.
No Hunger November.
No Hunger November.
You can take it to the food bank. Yeah. Walk to end hunger.
Walk to end hunger.
Help others first.
Help others first.
Then help yourself to second.
Help yourself to second.
No Hunger November.
No Hunger November.
Oh, the better part of you beckons to walk to end hunger.
Walk to end hunger.
Yeah, walk a mile in someone else's shoes. Going to bed of hunger gives you the blues. Donate, volunteer, something you can do. Thanks for tuning in to the Walk to End Hunger.
Walk to end hunger.
Give thanks today for the food on your plate. For potatoes and the turkey, pumpkin pie, I can't wait. So on this special Thanksgiving Day, we're at the mall. Walk to end hunger.
Walk to end hunger.
You can take it to the food bank. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. And thanks for all your donations for the Walk to End Hunger. I want to thank the brothers, Enzo and Luca, for joining me today. We hope we see you next year live at the Mall of America for the Walk to End Hunger. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.